Bring plenty of water. Check. Wear sunscreen and protective clothing. Check. Pay attention to the body temperature and fatigue. It's hot. Bring mobile phone. Check. Pay attention to where you are in the park. I am here. Hi. There we are. Okay. 2 miles. Let us go. Oh, ankle. Oh, 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 oh. So, pro hiking tip. Watch where you're stepping. There's a lot of trails where, or a lot of areas of this trail here specifically, where it's not many rocks, it's really nice dirt. But then there's a lot of areas that have loose rocks and steps that you really need to watch where you're stepping so you don't fall or twist your ankle, as I demonstrated just a moment ago. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Back out into the sun. Ooh. No tree cover here. Okay, fun story time. So as you saw on the sign, there's no water out here. There's no water on Restoration Trail. But right when they built these houses a couple of years ago, that house right there has a swimming pool in the backyard overlooking this wonderful scenic view. But for probably the first 8 or 10 months that house was built, that pool had a leak, and it leaked right down there, right across the trail. So, you know, I don't know if I'd want to drink it, but for about 8 months, there actually was an ongoing, consistent water source found on Restoration Trail at Friedrich Wilderness Park. Fun fact, little known fact. That's awesome. Thank you, people in that house, for supplying water to the thirsty hikers. Ooh, wind feels nice. Let me just enjoy that for a second. Ah, that was pleasant. So, here on Restoration Trail, probably 400 yards in, is the one and only place at Friedrich Wilderness Park that I know of where you can actually see downtown San Antonio. And yes, I'm pointing the camera right at it, but you probably can't see it. If you get out here early in the morning, before the sun comes up, you can get a good sunrise. Let's see if we can. That's about all the zoom I got, folks. Stretch my arm out. Yeah. Anyway, I can see it, so it's there. Looks like the downtown. Okay, I realized you probably don't know where that is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the trail for you. It's just after the houses with the water source. I'm going to put a stick in the ground. There. This will be my symbol for the area to stop and take in the view of San Antonio. You're welcome. All the wildlife recovery back there in that neighborhood. Don't step on it. There's another fork in the road. Encino Moss Trail goes down that way. And cuts off a little bit of the 2-mile restoration way, and restoration way goes off to the right. So onward. I'm sitting in the middle of the trail taking a break. More hydration with my Nuun tablets and my water. Always bring enough water, especially in South Texas when it's 100 degrees. And take breaks to cool down. Once you start getting heat exhaustion, it's really difficult to come back from. And you'll end up not feeling well. Or dying. All right. We are now up to our next turn in the trail. We're going to head off to the right around Restoration Way Trail. Up this way is the Mill Pass Trail, appropriately named because it goes past a windmill. We will circle around to the outer edge here of the park and end up at the other end of that trail. There's no water out here. There's no civilization. You're isolated at least a couple hundred yards away from the closest road. But there's my favorite feature in this whole park is a water crossing. That's W-A-T-E-R, children. It's a water crossing. And for the 20 years that I've come out here, I've never seen water. But let's take a look. I'm excited. Yeah, there you go. So, if it were to rain, the water would come rushing down the hill, sweeping everything along in its path. And we would have to fjord this river. Is that a correct word? Fjord? We would have to cross this raging river, and someone is taking the effort to put in stepstones so you don't get your feet wet. Awesome. Okay. It's Forge, the river crossing. I think a fjord is like a Norwegian house. But it's fun to say fjord. It's also fun to say forge. So we're moving along the trail just to give you some perspective. We came over the hill right there, and there's where the houses are, a swimming pool house. We kind of came down through there. Don't know if you can see it right there, but that's the top of the windmill from the windmill trail that goes through. We are going to continue through there, eventually come out on that side, wind our way up, and head back over that hill right up there somewhere. spot in the trail actually has a little bit of meaning to me. Probably about 4 years ago, I made my first ever hiking video right here. '98. I hate when my Berts melt. Not sponsored, but Berts, if you're listening, boy, I can hook you up. Off we go. Ooh, trail intersection. How exciting. All right, we are going to hang right and go up that way. It says we are 1.75 miles from the exit, but we're really closer to 2.5 miles from the exit because we're gonna still do the outer loop, and 1.75 would be direct to the exit if you needed to. That is the other end of the Mill Pass Trail that came through. And once again, we are here. Came along there, went way back up in there, and now we're headed back up this side to the top. Switch backs up the hill. Okay, so that was the last climb up the last real hill. It's all downhill from here. Probably have a mile and a half back to the car, going that way. Made it back to the Vista Loop Trail. We're gonna keep on our right turns. We are now here. And here we are back at the main loop trail. We're gonna hang a right. We are right there. Knocking it out. Also, no dogs allowed at Friedrich Park. So keep that in mind before you're bringing your best friend out here. I will point out that if you remember at the beginning, we started going the outer loop, making all the right-hand turns to go counterclockwise. If you start going clockwise and make all the left-hand turns, which you can do, but this main loop trail, this little slopey hill, and I'm going down now, not all that fun. Oops, sorry. It's not all that much fun to go up. Get your hike started. Unless that's the way you go. If that's you, man, knock it out. Go. Oh, that hurt. See, not looking down while going. Knock it out, man. Knock this hill out. I've actually seen people out here running up and down it. They're insane. That's not a good idea. Not recommended. But yeah, so if you want to go like left turns, and you want to do the outer loop, go. It's a big hill, but I've done it. Definitely doable. Woohoo! Bottom of the hill, main loop trail exit that way. Juniper trail right around this way. We are here. I'll whip this out, cut through here, go around these are all paved paths, by the way. They're really cool. And we're back to the car. So about a mile to the car, going this way. All right, almost to the car, and Juniper Barrens Trail, we're gonna hang a right here to the water trail. Turns into a paved trail, which runs us back all the way to the parking lot. And there's a good example of the paved forest range trail. We're turning right back to the exit. I want to give a special shout out to the nice lady that I met who informed me that I was crazy for being out here in the heat and that only lunatics were out hiking in this heat. I totally agree. And this is our last right turn. When we started, we went off that way and back down to the parking lot. So we did the outer loop at Friedrich Park today. It's right at 6 miles. It took about 3.5 hours. It's the heat. So I stopped, took a lot of breaks, which is highly recommended. The front trails were kind of where I'm at now, are usually crowded, especially in the morning. And the back trails that we are on really aren't very crowded. The main back trail back there, I think I saw 3 people on that whole 2-mile section. So good place to come, just outside of I-1604 off I-10, like you're headed to Bernie. Easy to find on the map, and I will put a link to their website below. Please, if you like the video, like, subscribe, comment so I can comment back to you. I always ask people if they want to go hiking with me, let me know. So let me know if you want to go hike. Thanks for watching.